Hello, 7th grade. I know y'all miss hearing my voice and seeing my face, but for now you'll just have to hear my voice. All right, so a couple of things. Please make sure that you are submitting the form. So I really don't want to do this, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to call it by name. So Tristan, your form did not submit, so make sure that you do submit your form. Also, I want to see your work. Juan, Braylon, Curtis, Jalen, upload that work so that way I can see it. All right, so again, if you have trouble or you need help or you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll answer as soon as I can. If I don't think I can answer in the Google Classroom, I'll give you my number so you can call me. So I'm willing to work with you to get things done, all right? So let's get started. Your number 1. Olivia's ice cream stand sells vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ice cream served in sugar cones or waffle cones. Which tree diagram represents the sample space for selecting an order at Olivia's? All right, so we have 2 options. We have a waffle cone or we have a sugar cone. I don't know. Let's do sugar cone, SC. All right, so if I get a waffle cone, I have 3 options. I have vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. If I get a sugar cone, I have 3 options: vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate. So the one that matches that is J. So J is the answer. Number 20, or this would be your number 2. 2 number cubes with faces 1 through 6 are rolled. What is the probability of rolling a sum of 8 or 9? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write out 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to do it again for the second one. Whoops. Okay. Now, remember, if I want to know how many total options there are together, I would take how many options for the first die, how many options for the second die, and anytime that you have more than 2 probabilities, you're going to have to multiply. So there are 6 total options here, 6 total options here, so I have 36 total options, so my denominator would be 36. Now I'm looking for anything that I can get when I add, what I'm looking for is when I add 2 numbers that equal 8 or 9 from different die. So let's see here. Can I add 1 with anything over here to get 8 or 9? So the answer is no. What about 2? Can I add 2? Well, I can add 2 with 6, so that works. Okay, now let's look at 3. Can I add 3 with anything to get 8 or 9? Yes, I can do 3 or 6. So I'm just going to make a little tally. It'll be easier if I tally it. What about 4? Can I add 4 with anything on the right side to get 8 or 9? Yes. 4 and 5. So 2 more tallies. What about 5? Can I add 5 with anything? Yes, I can add 5 with 3 and 5 with 4. So 2 more marks. And the last one is 6. Can I add 6 with anything on the right side to get 8 or 9? Yes. 2 and 3. Okay, so what I have here is I have 9 total options. So that's my numerator. Well, let me simplify this. So I'm going to divide this by 9, and that's 1/4. Well, 1/4 as a decimal is 25 hundredths. So 0.25. That's your answer. Number 22. Oh, that would be your number 3. Casey picks a bead at random from a box containing 4 red, 36 green, and 10 white. What is the probability that she picks 1 red bead, then 1 green, then 1 white bead, without replacing any of the beads? So this is important, without replacing, because that means that my total goes down each time that I pick something. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find out how many total beads she has. So 4 plus 36, that's 40, right? Plus 10, so she has 50 beads. So 50 total beads. Now the first probability, we'll want red. 1 red bead. So There's 4 out of red. Okay, the next probability is green. So now we could do 36, but there are not 50 anymore because she pulled out a red. So now there's 49. And the last one, let's see here, there's white. So how many white are there? There are 10 white. And then now there's not 49, but there are 48 options because she pulled one out. So from here, I think the easiest thing to do is to maybe simplify each fraction, then multiply. So I can simplify 4/50, that's 2/25, times, let's see, 36/49, that's just going to have to stay. And I can simplify 10/48. Let's see here, we'll simplify that by 2. That's 5/24. Okay, so I'm going to make this easier for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply these two first, because remember, multiplication can be done in any order. And the reason I'm doing that is because that's going to let me cross cancel. So 2/25 times 5/24. So this is 1, that's 12, this is 1, that's 5. So that would equal 1/60. And then I'm going to multiply 36/49. So again, I can cross cancel again. I can cross cancel by 12. So this is 3, and this is 5. And 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 49, so that's 5, 20, 24. So 3 and 245. So the answer is J. Now, of course, you probably wouldn't have been able to see that, the cross-canceling like I picked up, but you could multiply straight across and then you would just have to simplify. So that's what you would have to do. Okay, now if you can see that you can multiply numbers and cross-cancel, by all means do that. It makes it a little bit easier for us for the multiplication. Next problem. Okay. 15. The cost of a 1-pound bag of grass seed is $5.49. A 1-pound bag will cover about 1,200 square feet. What will be the cost for enough seed to cover the lawn area shown above? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to find the area. Then I'm going to have to figure out how many bags I need to buy to cover the area. Then I got to find the cost. So really, it's almost like a 3-step process. So I don't know what the shape is, but I can cut it into 2 shapes that I know. So I'm going to make a rectangle and a semicircle. Now for the rectangle, this is just length times width, right? So 80 times 36, and that is 2,880. Now let's do the semicircle. So that's pi r squared. Oops, come on. Okay, so that's the area of the oh, I forgot 1/2 pi r squared. So 1/2 pi is 3.14, and r, well, the red line that I drew is actually the diameter. And the diameter, well, that's going to be equivalent to this line over here, which is 36, and half of 36, because I want the radius, is 18. And that's squared. Alright, so next, so I'm going to do 1/2 times 3.14, and 18 squared is, let me work that out, 18 times 18. 8 times 8, 64, 14, 8, 1, 324. Okay, now I can multiply in any order, so I want to do 1/2 of 324. So I'm just going to divide that by 2, because remember, multiplying by 1/2 is the same as dividing by 2. Alright, so that's 162, so I have 3.14 times 162. Okay, now let's multiply that. Now you can put 3.14 on top, it doesn't matter. 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 6 is 24, that's 648, move over, 2, 6, 1, move over again, 6, 18, carry 3, 4, add 8, 6, 18, 10, 5, 2 decimal places, so that's 508 and 6,800. So I'm going to add those two because that would be the full area. All right, so 3,388 and 6,800. Now, one bag covers 1,200 square feet. Okay, so I can divide 1,000 into 200, but what I'm going to think to make it a little bit easier is that, okay, so if I have one bag, it's 1,200, right? That's one bag. If I have two bags, well, that doubles. So that's 2,400. So that's still not enough. 3 bags would be 3,600, and that's enough. So I need 3 bags. All right, so that means I'll have a little bit of seating left over. All right, so now 3 times the cost of a bag, so $5.49. So let's do that. 7, 2, 12, 14, 15, 16. 16.47. The answer is C. Okay, next question. A box for a new toy is 1 foot long, 8 inches wide, and 1 foot, 2 inches high. What is the surface area of the box? All right, so a box is like a rectangular prism. And the surface area is I have to find all the dimensions. So what's nice about this is that these are in inches, right? So that's going to be easy to work with. That's not going to be too hard. So let's convert these to inches. So I know that 1 foot is 12 inches and 12 plus 8 is 20. Oops. Hold on, I think I misread that. Give me a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the 3-dimensional box, and then I'm going to draw a net. That's probably going to be the easiest for you to see it. So here's my 3-dimensional box. Now again, remember these are all in inches, right? So 1 foot long is 12 inches. That's the length. 8 inch wide, that's the width. And then 1 foot, 2 inches, well that's 12 plus 2, 14. So the height is 14. Okay, so let me label the box here. So we have 12, 8, and 14. Now remember, surface area is taking the area of every face. A rectangular prism has 6 faces. So let me draw this net out. Let me unfold it for you. So it would look something like this. This is not cooperating with me. I'm just going to pencil it in. There's 1, 2, ooh, that don't work either. There it goes. Alright, and this is the base part. Alright. So, the height is 14. So this right here, this bottom part, is going to be 12. So each one of these is 12. Now, what I'm drawing is this part right here. I'm making it this bottom part right here, so that way I can follow it. So this would be 8. This would be 14. Oops, that's not 14. This would be 14. Now again, this isn't drawn to scale, this is just to help you see it. So when I fold it, this piece here and this piece here would come together. Right? So this is also 8. So this is 14. This is 8, and this is 8 right here. And this would be 14. And again, the same dimensions here. This is 8 and 14. So now I can find the area of every face, and then I can add them up. So let's do this. So let's do 12 times 8. So it's this 12, this 8, this is 4, this area. That would be 96. And there's also another 12 times 8, which is right here. So this one would also be 96. Okay, let's do 14 times 8. I'll just work that out real quick. 112. So if this is 112, this one would also be 112. And then I need to do 14 times 12. Let me work that out. $168. Okay. So this would be 168 here and 168 here. Now I can add those all up. So I have two 112s, two 96s, and two 168s. And let's add that up. Okay, so I have 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 6 is 10, 16, 24, 32, 3, 4, 5. So 45. Oops, maybe it wasn't 45, 35. Let me re-add that. So 23 plus 12, 35, yep. 35. Carry your 3, 752. So the answer is H. Okay, so again, to find the surface area, you're taking the area of all the faces. Next. A large circular pizza at Anthony's Eatery has an area of 154 inches squared. The owner wants to order square cardboard boxes that leave about 1/2 inch of space between each side of the box and the pizza. Which side measurement for the box meets the owner's requirements? Okay, so here's what you have to think about. Here's my circular pizza, all right? And then I also want to make this, I probably didn't do 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's say that that's 1/2 inch. Okay, so which side measure of the box meets the owner's requirements? Now remember, it's a square cardboard box, so all sides are equal, right? So I need to find just one side measure. Now, the one thing that I know is that if I can find the diameter, then all I have to do is add 1/2 here and 1/2 here, and that'll give me the full side length, because this side will then match this one and this one, which they're all the same, right? Because it's a square. All right, so let's find the diameter, and then we can add 1 to it, because 1/2 and 1/2 is 1. So area equals pi r squared. And area equals 154 pi Let me use 3.14. And the radius squared, I don't know what that is. Okay, so I would have to divide 3.14 by both sides. Into 154. 1, 2, add my 2 zeros. Okay, 354 into 1, nope, into 15, nope, into 154, nope, into 1,543. Oh, I don't know where I got the 3, 1,540. Let's see here. 4 times. 4 times 4, 16. 5, 12. When I subtract, $284, drop a 0. Let's see. 9 times maybe? Let's try 9. Okay, so that would work. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just round it off, because what I would have here is I would have 49 equals r squared. Now what times what gives me 49? Well, my radius would approximately be 7. Okay, because 7 times 7 is 49, and you have to square your radius. So if this is 7, that's the radius. From here to here, that's half. Well, what's the diameter? Well, that's another 7. So I would add all these up. So 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. So the answer is D. That one was tough. That one's a tricky one. Okay, moving on. A rectangular prism has a volume of 384 cubic units. Which set of dimensions could represent the length, width, and height of the prism? So all you have to do is multiply and see if you get 384. All right, so I'm going to work J down. So I'm going to work J. So 4 times 8 is 32. So 32 times 12. 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 8, 3. There it is. J. 2 angles are complementary. So what does that mean? They add up to 90 degrees. The measure of the larger angle is 4 times the measure of the smaller angle. What is the measure of the larger angle? Okay, so the measure of the larger angle is 4 times the measure of the smaller one. So angle 1, let's call it angle 1, or the larger one, is 4 times the smaller one. Alright, and the smaller one, we'll just say that that's S. Alright, so if I add these up, then it has to equal 90. So I can do S plus 4 times S equals 90. Really, what that is, that's S plus 4S equals 90. S plus 4S, well, we have to combine like terms. Now you can make the S X. It doesn't matter what variable you use. So 5S equals 90, divide by 5, divide by 5. S equals 18. Now that's the smaller angle. So how do you find the bigger one? You take your small angle and you multiply it by 4. 18 times 4 is 72. The answer is C. Now on to the arithmetic. So on this first one, that is addition of fractions. I feel like I've seen this page before. I don't know. I don't know if you've had it already. Common denominator is 12. How do I get from 3 to 12 times 4? 2 times 4 is 8. How do I get from 4 to 12 times 3? 3 times 3 is 9. When I add, I get 8 and 17 over 12. QRD that. That's 9 and 5/12. What is 70% of 50? Remember, of means to multiply. Move this to a decimal. So that's 0.7. So 0.7 times 50, you get 35. 60 is what percent of 80? Remember, if you're looking for a percent, you have to start with a fraction. So 60 over 80. Divide that by 10, you get 6 over 8. Now you can divide that by 2. You get 3/4. That's 0.7. As a decimal, 75%. Rounding. All right, 27.27277, round it to the thousandths. So the 2 is the thousandths. Underline it, arrow to the 7 plus 1. 27.273. Divide. 38 into 7 won't go. 38 into 79, 2. That's 76. Subtract, you get 3. Drop your 4. 0. This is 0. 34. Drop your 2. It's going to go in 9 times, which is exactly 342. So you get 209. Multiplication, 7 times 6 is 42. Carry the 4. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 4 is 18. 56, 57. Cross out, move over. 18. 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 times 8 is 24. Let's add 2. 16, 15, 10, 3. Number of decimal places, 3. 30 and 562 thousandths. Next, the subtraction. 1,799 and 6/10. 0. Borrow from the 4 to 3, 10, 1. Borrow from the 3, that's a 2, 10, 9, 13. 4, 2, 1, 0, 2. That was kind of easy. Let me add my decimal. So 201,241 thousandths. Last problem. Line up your decimals. 99 and 7/10 and 862 thousandths. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry. 8, 9. 13 plus 8 is 21. Decimal. 6 plus 9 is 15. Carry. 13. 135 and 190 thousandths, or 135 and 1900ths. Either one works. All right, so that was a little bit of lengthy. It's just because of the geometry in there. So hopefully you understand that. If you don't, just leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer as best as I can. Y'all have a good one.